We had a great day today, and as always, we try to turn it over to Ken Peterman, who does a fantastic job summarizing the day, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what we saw today and his main takeaways. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I thought it was a good day. There were some common themes, as there always are, at the American Future Series National Security Summit, Day 2. A couple of those themes: enhanced collaboration and partnership among industry, government, and academia is vital. Technology is important, and AI and quantum computing are game changer technologies. Data privacy and security are inextricably linked. We talked a little bit about the importance of workforce development, especially in the microelectronics area. We talked about innovation trajectories of the private sector, needing to be leveraging those more effectively to address the national agenda and the national challenges. And we talked about adjusting government processes to operate at the pace of relevance, moving with speed and agility, and Hondo Gertz mentioned in a network context versus in a centralized model. So I thought those were some of the themes. Those came out kind of through a variety of the various panels. But I made notes as I went through the day, and I'm going to go back on YouTube and watch a couple of these again, and maybe fast forward to certain segments where I think it's particularly compelling and thought-provoking. But we started the day with a great discussion on national security and privacy in the digital age. With Dr. J.R. DeShazo and Adam Klein, they discussed the role of domestic data collection here in the U.S. and its relation to national security. They talked about how our digital society is creating opportunity, but also creating vulnerabilities. They talked about the challenges inherent in fending off cyber threats and foreign actors in today's digital age. I thought the two of them had a really dynamic conversation, and I thought that was an enjoyable one, thought-provoking one to be part of. We moved from there to a panel focused on U.S. microelectronics production for national security. I think we all saw the reality of this importance during COVID when all of our supply chains were impacted. Bong Gumahad, the Honorable Alan Schaefer, Trent Overhue, Adrian Elrod, and Dr. Matt Kane discussed the progress we've made in microelectronics, especially as it relates to the CHIPS and Science Act. Recall that about $52.7 billion were approved in the FY22 budget to develop and incentivize companies to invest in domestic production of new semiconductors for the U.S. Alan Schaefer highlighted that the execution of the CHIPS Act is going pretty well, the first two awards going towards national security, and that all the CHIPS Act is likely to become more than just a one-time effort. This is going to be something that we see, or predicting, their forecasting is going to be a recurring activity. They talked about the need to find better ways for government and private capital to work together to support this effort. And Adrian Elrod actually discussed the importance of workforce development, which is a more serious challenge than I appreciated before this panel was held. So I appreciated that. Then there was a great discussion in transitioning innovation to field lethality. Ben McNally, Pete Mataglani, Major General Cameron Holt, Zachary Mears, and David Rothside talked about today's threat environment, the need to accelerate, transition, and enhance innovation adoption. They discussed a move to a more rapid and iterative approach. And I believe they correctly stated that DoD requirements, they stated the DoD requirement system is the third major enterprise process that's in dire need of modernization, especially given the current threat environment. So I thought that was interesting. John Said and Marie Falkowski discussed the future of aerospace and defense. Marie talked about some of the potential challenges inherent in democratization of data and technology. They talked about the need to stop viewing the private sector as just vendors of the national security mission. Instead, they should be viewed as partners. They talked about launching the Future Now event series as a new way to address this. And Maria talked about how, in her opinion, data and AI are becoming as ubiquitous as your smartphone. They're driving essentially all aspects of decision-making as we move forward. That's kind of a sobering thought in some ways. Comtech's own Nicole Robinson was on a panel on space, science, and technology, partnering to win, and it was with Damon Feltman, Colonel Rich Nisley, Ben Reed, and Josh Carlson. Nicole started the panel by discussing our approach to R&D at Comtech, the transformational changes we've undergone as a company in order to keep pace and get out in front of these technology convergences and market inflections. We talked about the benefits that come with our new One Comtech structure and our move to become a strategic partner, bringing more comprehensive value to our customers. Colonel Knisley talked about searching out relevant and game-changing commercial technologies that help us stay ahead of the threat, help us align with Space Systems Command and U.S. Space Force mission areas, and deliver those capabilities to the warfighter fast. Okay, I thought that was relevant. Damon Feltman talked about fielding the proliferated warfighter space architecture. It has two major lines of effort: a space data transport architecture, and then a missile warning and missile tracking architecture. He touched on the first major operational offering being this year, when the SDA plans to launch around 126 space data transport spacecraft and about 44 missile warning, missile tracking spacecraft, all in proliferated LEO. The panel also focused on the importance of collaboration. Nicole talked about our involvement, Comtech's involvement in the Modular Open Systems Architecture, or the MOSA Alliance, as well as our participation in the Agile User Terminal Group sponsored by the Space Force. She highlighted the importance of working with organizations like MOSA to help DoD and the U.S. Space Force realize their vision for SATCOM. Colonel Isley shared insights about acquiring capabilities from Comtech other commercial providers via the Commercial SATCOM Office, gave insights on how to do that more effectively and more efficiently. David Feltman talked about collaborating on next generation optical comms standards. Ben Reed talked about CONFIRS, which is the Consortium for On-Orbit Servicing. So if you don't know about that, tile into that on YouTube and you can pick it up. The panel also talked about a myriad of other processes and policy improvements that are either underway or needed in order to leverage commercial technologies more effectively. We moved to a fireside chat with Josh Carlson and Dr. Joel Moser. They focused on reflections on science and technology development in the Space Force. Dr. Moser talked about one of the challenges we face as a nation is that we must be more agile when it comes to science and technology. He talked about strategic foresight, how hard it is to predict the future, but in fact, you can come close to predicting the future, and we need to be more effective at that. Strategic foresight has led the U.S. Space Force to invest more in academic institutions and to set up American universities, like the Strategic Space Technology Institutes. I didn't realize this. They talked about the size of the space economy doubling in just the last 5 years. Since 2019, it's $450 billion economy now versus just $250 million just 5 years ago. The importance of integration across civil space institutions like NASA, military institutions like DoD, and commercial institutions like the Department of Commerce. Once again, cooperation and collaboration among different entities to help us leverage the technology innovation right here at home in America among the commercial sector and put it to work for our nation. We then had a discussion about America's digital future, charting a path forward and harnessing technology. These panel members are people that here at American Future Series we know well. Brigadier General Chad Rudiger, Lieutenant General Harry Rudiger's son, along with Lauren Nausenberger, Vishal Amen, and Richard Jackson. Chad Rudiger talked about the new University of Tulsa Innovation Cyber Institute and its importance in accelerating workforce development. Lauren touched on the digital and cultural changes that have happened due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Vishal shared some of the things that have shaped his personal life mission, specifically a 2015 cyber event where the Islamic State hacking division leaked his personal information that led him to dedicate his life to protecting and securing identity and personal data. It was a very, I think, heartfelt discussion that I enjoyed listening to. There was, of course, a great conversation on current geopolitics with Kim Kagan and Vance Surchuk, and then we wrapped up the day with this last panel that David and I just observed, and that was with Preston Dunlop, partnering with a variety of the Aerospace and Defense Investment Group, people like David Caden of Blackstone, Kirk Connert of AE Industrial Partners, Daniel Sharnoff of Bain Capital, and Richard Wells of Insight Partners. That was a great conversation, I thought, on the use of private capital as a tool to accelerate technology innovation, apply it to the national security challenges that are increasingly complex and increasingly dangerous. Okay, so I thought the day was a good day. Once again, I'll say that as the chair and president and CEO of Comtech, we are thrilled to be your sponsor here for this American Futures Series event. Again, I thought day one, day two, both compelling, and I really enjoyed it.
Well, thank you so much. And the reception we had with Secretary Ellen Lord and Hannah Gertz, because of you, we were able to do that and bring people together and connect people. That was fantastic. We're doing some similar work tonight in the evening at the Capitol building, and that's because of you. When I think about what you do here at wrapping it up, I've decided we're going to put this at the front of our YouTube list. People should watch this first if they want to know what to tune into and get a sense of what it's all going to be, what it's like. And you want to focus your time, right?
You're going to make this
watch this first, right?
This
is your, this helps point you in the right direction as to what episode to look at, et cetera, right? So I appreciate you doing that. And then I want to look forward really to, I guess in a couple of weeks we're going to celebrate your 39th birthday again. Is that right? 2 Tuesdays.
My birthday is on Monday. Yeah.
On Monday of next week.
It's Monday. Yes, 22nd.
Okay.
Thank you for reminding me.
Congratulations. I hope you get to do something other than fly on planes.
Yeah, I told you what I was going to do a little bit on a side conversation, so you can imagine how thrilling that is.
Yeah. He spends, more air miles than probably the Air Force. Anyway, fantastic. Appreciate you taking time out of your very busy schedule. And congratulations on all your great success and your shepherding of this great company, Comtech, through this time of change, et cetera, and evolution and growth and merging all these different programs together and positioning it to be a leading force in the future. So
thank you.
Congrats.
I'll tell you, I'm the son of a basketball coach, and my grandfather's a basketball coach, and they used to ask my father, what does it take to be a great coach? Mm-hmm. And he used to answer, great players. So I can tell you that we're winning at Comtech. We're going through a major transformational change. We're growing faster than ever before. Our strategic vision is compelling, and our team is doing a great job. And we're adding to that team almost every day. And I'm honored to lead the team that we have on the field at Comtech because they're fantastic.
They're fantastic. And you're still taking the time to be involved and support thought leadership, and that's going above and beyond. So thank you so much.
Thank you, David.
Thank you to everyone. We had a great time. Fantastic. Look forward to you joining us. Come check everything out on YouTube. You'll see every single episode that was done today and yesterday, and look for you down the road. Thanks and have a great day.